Did we ever set up an email for this one?
Oh my god, you and I are on the same wavelength here. I was actually going to bring that up.
Because I've been thinking about that lately. That now that we actually have a few in the bank for that we've done this podcast, like maybe it's time to introduce the audience interaction portion of the podcast.
Holy shit! Yeah, I was totally going to talk about that. Holy fuck! Okay.
I mean, I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks now, but I just keep either forgetting or thinking that we already do or not mentioning it. But I was thinking we should, if we do have it.
I mentioned it in the. I was trying to just get it from the episode because I can't remember if it's overtlydisagreeable@gmail.com or if it's the overtly disagreeable podcast@gmail.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I just copy and paste it all the time. I don't actually
Oh, but so there is an email address.
There is an email.
Yeah.
And I post it in the description of every episode. overtlydisagreeable@gmail.com. So I was actually going to say we should probably open up a Discord as well, just
sure.
to more easily talk, but yeah.
I guess Discord would be a little bit more direct access.
Yeah, I mean, for whoever listens.
Yeah, but the fact that there would be an option would mean that the few people who might be listening and might want to interact can.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But I thought email would be good because it still has like a arm's distance away from the audience.
I like email better right now.
It's a little cleaner.
Yeah.
Right? We don't really have a community that needs discussion.
No,
it's more like, you guys are gay. Have a nice day. Like, I can talk about that in the podcast.
Well, I was going to say that we can probably just mention it at the middle of like every episode, like right before I get to the news game or something,
well,
like
no, my intro to the news game is what's music I've been listening to.
Oh, fuck. Well, you can say it. Okay, fine.
Just
yeah.
At the end,
at the end is good. Okay,
like, right before the end.
Yeah. All right. So we'll say it at the end of this one.
It's
overtlydisagreeable@gmail.com.
No, okay, that's simple.
Yeah. Welcome to the Overtly Disagreeable podcast, where two assholes talk about nothing, which is evident at the beginning of this show. My name is Ken, and this is... Fuck, I fucked up because I tried to mix it up.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm Shane. Hello, everyone. Shane.
Hey, everyone. Fuck, so how was your week?
It was all right. I don't know. I guess we do this on Saturday, so I did my workout.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, I went back to it because there was a 2-week hiatus. And
how did you feel? It's probably just as shitty.
Oh yeah, no, it tore me up pretty good. We did some good exercises that I was actually able to do. I'm getting better. Mm-hmm. I've only gone to 2 classes, but it's getting better. But man, I was wrecked till like Thursday. Like I didn't feel good. My legs didn't feel good until Thursday.
Yeah, because you had 1, and then you said 2 weeks hiatus. So that's 2 weeks where nothing happened.
Yeah,
and then I guess the 4th week would be
third week.
Well, I would count like first week. That's 1,
okay,
and then 2, 3
in the whole process. Yeah, I guess so. So that kind of fucked me up a little bit till Thursday.
Okay,
but I'm just doing once a week anyways right now. So I'm just seeing how long it takes my body to recover.
You're probably... Well, actually, no. You probably don't feel it as much right now, do you?
No, not anymore. Now I feel totally fine. But like coming off on Monday and Tuesday for sure. I'm like bow-legged. Like Monday, it was almost like there's certain toilets at work that if they're too low to the ground, I feel like I'm falling into, and it's like difficult for me to lift myself off.
Oh God!
Because I'm already too low to the ground.
Yeah,
my thighs are just like giving out.
You're already pretty much like squatting.
Exactly. Yeah, and then it just feels like I'm falling into the toilet because my legs aren't strong enough to like prop me back up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this like tomorrow I'm gonna try to look up like at home recovery shit you can do, like how Joe Rogan talks about like go in the sauna and then go into cold cryo or whatever bullshit. I'm not gonna do that because I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money on it, but if it's as easy as like after your workout take a bath and stretch every morning, I'm like, well, if I do that and then I get I don't feel like garbage by Wednesday, that's at least an improvement, right?
I used to do the steam room a lot.
Yeah, but I don't have access to a steam room. I mean, I guess I could just steam myself in my bathroom.
Yeah, that's a good way to get mold everywhere, though.
See,
I would imagine.
People say that, but I've been like not turning on the fan when I take a shower for years now.
Really?
And I get a little bit of mold, but I just clean it off the walls or whatever. Okay. So it's not really like
I shouldn't complain. I have black mold in mine. Yeah. I should clean that.
Yeah, you probably should, but yeah, I've been recently doing that more where I turn the fan on because I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Let it, because I understand the concept, but for me, I like coming out of the shower and then it being all steamy
I
and
mean, it's still
not
gonna
cold.
happen anyways.
Yeah,
like,
but to a much lesser extent.
yeah, I mean, fair
and the
enough.
amount of moisture build up. What else did I do? Monday was my sister's birthday, so we went out to this oyster bar down in Yaletown.
Okay, all right.
It was pretty good. We went there before with my dad and my sister, and yeah, it was pretty good. This time the service was a little fucky because they were like short staffed or whatever. And
sucks.
Yeah, so the whole dinner took almost like 3 hours.
Jesus
like,
Christ,
we got there
that's
at
a
7,
long
and
dinner.
We got out of there at like 9:30, 9:40 or something like that because it took so long. Kind of sucked. But that was all right.
Your sister's turning. If I
she's in
remember
grade
correctly,
12.
she's in grade 12.
Yeah.
I thought she was the same age as my sister, so she's a year younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So 12 for you, 13 difference for me.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's right.
So that was nice. Geez, what else? Work was slow. I can't think. Nothing really exciting happened. I mean, I got Borderlands on Friday.
That's right.
I pulled an all-nighter last night. I went to bed at 5:30. I got Red Bull and everything. Probably could have done longer, but
yeah, because you on these Saturday nights, you often go to 5:30 without Red Bull.
Yeah, I know. But I was playing by myself for a little bit of Borderlands, and also I wasn't even playing Borderlands. Like I came home and I was all stoked to play Borderlands. I installed it, and I was having dinner, and I was trying to be all like efficient about it.
Yeah.
And then I got Borderlands installed, and then people started hitting me up for like Apex invites. I was like, all right, fine, I'll play some Apex. So I did some of that early in the night.
Fuck, I hate installing games. I mean, I'm fine with it, but like, when you want to play a game, although you probably digitally downloaded it.
No, I bought a physical copy.
Oh, you did?
I'm an old
all
man,
the
dude.
information should be on the physical copy. Okay, all of it.
What do you mean?
So that you don't have to download anything.
Oh, yeah, but you still have to install to a hard drive.
I suppose, yeah, that's
right. Like, it's still software that you have to install.
This just shows, like, how little I use consoles, because, like, I'm just used to Steam, where everything's just install.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could have got it digitally and probably played it on Thursday at 12 o'clock, but I didn't bother, and I wanted I don't know. I like physical copies of things.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Generally, for most games, unless it's like a really good deal, like when I bought Battlefield for like $15, then I don't really need a physical copy because who cares?
Yeah, I can't get physical copies for PC games anymore. When I worked at Toys R Us, I still would get physical copies because they, for whatever reason, sold PC games even though nobody bought them, especially from Toys R Us. But we got our employee discount on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we got 15% off. So usually for like AAA titles, it'd be cheaper for me to get the physical than it would the digital.
Yeah, because you do that extra deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, EB was smart about that. When I started working, they were already phasing out PC titles and stuff like that. But I think PC specifically, you couldn't trade in, and I can't remember if you could even get your discount on it.
Oh, man.
I might be wrong about that, but I know you definitely could never trade in.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's no way you could, because like you're technically not buying the disc. You're buying the code in the serial key
or whatever it's called.
So I mean, you could trade it in and give the disc back, but it would be worthless.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they would not allow that.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, not much else. I signed up for another class for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you're just gonna keep doing it until you run out, right?
Yeah. I've got this class and then one more after that of my passes.
Okay.
And I'll buy another set of passes or whatever.
How much are they?
Roughly? $60 for 3 classes.
That's not that bad.
And I don't even know if that was like a one-time promotional offer or if that's a thing I can continue buying.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Oh, man. Hopefully they have a better deal, because that's like $60 a month, which I guess is about gym price.
It's a little less.
A little bit more.
4 weeks in a month.
Yeah, so it's technically more then.
No,
because if you want to buy... No, but if you want to actually go every week in a month, then you have to buy more.
Yeah, that's true. It would be like $80.
Yeah.
Well, as long as I can get that deal, then it's at least manageable, because, I mean, I'd rather do that than be self-motivated, because I just can't bother. Like, every day that I think about wanting to go to the gym, I just don't.
Yeah.
And then I basically have to force myself, and then I'm the type of person that once I'm in a situation, I just kind of, well, for the most part, I haven't been in like situations like on a plane or something like that where I might freak out, but if most of the time when I put myself in an uncomfortable situation, once I'm
just see it
there
to the end.
in there, I'm just gonna do it.
I feel like that's better. There's something in my mind. I feel like although I've failed going to the gym numerous times, so maybe I shouldn't talk. But like, I feel like most of the people that fail going to the gym are the people that try to make it a positive experience right off the bat and try to make themselves want to go instead of like your method is I'm just gonna go even though I don't want to.
Well, like I do want to go, but it's I know better for myself that I should go, so I want to go because I want to do better for myself.
Yeah.
But I don't physically want to go.
Yeah.
Like if I could go to the gym without leaving my apartment and playing video games and spending the hour and a half that I spend at the gym or whatever, then I'd be happier. But that's not actually how going to the gym works.
No,
so
it isn't.
The deal is I have to actually get up and, you know, I have all these conveniences already provided to me, the fact that the gym is close and stuff like that. So I just removing all the obstacles that I could use it as an excuse is a good start for me.
It is. Back when, like 2 years ago, when I was going pretty hard, that was just before I got my current job, and like I was.
That's when you're going at like 2 a.m. and bullshit. Yeah.
And I was actually going fairly consistent because I was going 4 to 5 times a week.
Yeah.
To between 12 to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I still believe made me stop doing that was the people that I met there. I told you before that I was talking to them too much.
Yeah.
But that wasn't it. Like they were all telling me I had the wrong mindset where I was just like, I don't really like coming here. I'm just doing it because it's good for my body. And they're like, no, you have to love going to the gym. You have to love going to the gym, blah, blah, blah. And that started getting in my head, and I was trying to force myself to love to go to the gym.
Yeah, but you're not programmed like that.
No, but as soon as, like, literally the time I stopped was about the time I started doing that. I think whatever this, like, positive mentality bullshit is, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, you psyched yourself out.
I psyched myself out. Yeah. I played myself. That's what happens when you listen to other people's bad advice.
I feel like that happens a lot for a lot of people where it's like you just do things and you go whatever with the flow or whatever that you're doing, and then someone will mention something either positive or negative, and then it just reminds you that it's like being conscious of it now.
Yeah,
makes it so you're
now,
like
I know I'm breathing.
Yeah, and now I'm disagreeable about it.
Yeah,
it's funny that actually that you bring like we come to that kind of point because last night I was having dinner or whatever. And I was having souvlaki, meat off a stick or whatever, and I started getting paranoid that I had swallowed like a little bit of like wood from the stick.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I do this thing. I don't know what it is with me. I have like a paranoia about choking.
Okay.
On stuff because when I was a kid, I choked on like some Jolly Ranchers and Vicks and shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like not to the point where I like passed out, but like it was so uncomfortable and panicky because your body's like your neck's contracting. Thank you.
Mouse. Yeah, your
neck's contracting and I'm panicking and stuff like that. And then as a kid, it was never dealt with properly.
Yes, okay.
So I always had this thing of like choking on things or things getting stuck. I told you about how I found that staple in my Chinese food that one time.
I remember.
Okay, so I did it to myself again last night where I over-psyched myself on a piece of wood in my throat. And I still kind of feel it like right here.
Okay.
Like
so it's probably not even there, but you're feeling it.
I can feel it, and I'm like being overly paranoid, even though like I went through all of last night totally fine, slept fine. Like you think that if there was actually something in there, I would have a big swelling on my neck or some shit like that, but it's all
still
psychological.
In your head,
yeah, I know, and it's the same thing. It's like the minute that I like start playing Apex, I'm not thinking about it. But if I'm sitting there watching something passively, like something clicks in my head, like, oh, your throat, oh, you're choking on something, oh, there's a little bit of something in your throat, and then I just feel like back at that time with the staple, I could think it. And I could feel it going down my throat, like hanging on the side. Even now, I can feel like a little bit of wood in the back of my throat. It's gross.
Okay. So you have a complex with things being in your throat.
Yeah, for sure. And flying.
Yeah. That's why you won't take pills, I guess.
No, I won't take pills because choking. I think you're saying for the flying. I'm like, that's a bit of an extrapolation, but yeah, I also don't take pills, but not for that reason. No, yeah, because of the choking thing. Like, even Advils, the little baby things, I can't take that. I'm the type of person that I'm so stubborn about it, I'd rather crush it down, dissolve it in water, and slam a glass of that ass.
Jesus Christ.
Ass flavor Advil.
I mean, it works, I would imagine.
It does.
It's probably fairly diluted at that point. But
yeah, whatever. I mean, it's just basically your body's going to digest it either way.
Anyway, yeah, I suppose that's true.
But, like, I used to do that shit. I don't think I've told this story on the podcast, but if I ever told you, when I was... like right before high school, maybe just going into high school, I used to take these fish oil fatty acid
those
pills.
Things are fucking massive.
They're like gel tablets, and they have like fish oil on the inside.
Yeah, I take those.
so I couldn't swallow them, right?
Yeah.
And because I have an issue with that, so I would chew them
Oh.
sometimes, and they taste gross as shit, right? And you're not
Yeah.
supposed to do that. So then we got to a point where like me being paranoid of choking, what I would do is I would sit on the floor with my back against the couch,
Okay.
right? Like you see where my couch is, right?
Yeah.
I'd be sitting on the floor with my back against the couch.
I see. Okay.
Right? My dad would sit on the couch above me, and I'd tilt my head back, and he'd throw it down my throat.
Really?
Yeah.
And would you have anything to drink with that?
No.
And you just swallow it?
Yeah.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Nothing bad ever happened, but that was the only way that I was able to like take the pill the way you're supposed to, because I had such a paranoia of choking.
Okay.
I've tried putting it in food, dude. I've only once in my life, maybe twice, successfully done the thing where you like put a pill in your mouth, put food, and then you swallow.
Okay.
Like I just can't do that. I always like my tongue's got a part of my mind that it connects to, where I just start feeling around for it, and I find it, and then I'll eat all the food, and then I'll just have the pill on the side of my mouth.
You need like a gummy bear version of whatever drug.
Exactly, I know. I wish I would have that like baby Flintstones version of everything.
Yeah. There's got to be like gummy bear. What is it? I was gonna say aspartame, but that's clearly not right.
Aspirin or Tylenol.
I was gonna say Advil, but I forgot what the chemical compound is called.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is specifically, but I mean, I would be very happy to live in that reality if there was gummies for that.
There has to be. Like, it's so common that I'm sure it exists somewhere that, like, there's gummies for it.
Most people just tough it out and don't actually think about it like I do.
Ibuprofen, that's what it was.
Ibuprofen, okay.
Yeah, so you need gummy ibuprofen. I am going to go hunt this down and see if I can find it.
If you can, I'll take it. I just settle for, like, Neocitrin when I have super bad headaches.
Well, Neocitrin is pretty good. I just find it to be, like, way more of a hassle.
I like making tea sometimes.
All right, fair enough.
It's soothing to think about it when you're like, oh, I got a headache, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to boil water and make the tea. But once you have it, you can just...
Yeah. Well, I kind of like it when I also have, like, a stuffed nose, and I can and I'm sure it doesn't actually do anything, but the scent of it does kind of...
The lemony?
Like, like just nice. A little soothing, you know?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna find you those gummies.
Yeah, if you can. I mean, like I said, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing else in your week?
Well, I mean, I don't know how like personal and heavy we want to get, but I kind of had like not a freak out. I don't know how to put it in a positive-ish light, but
just release all the shame.
After I had dinner with my parents, my sister, whatnot, I got a ride home from my mom.
Okay.
And we were talking in the car, and we were talking about like my childhood, and I had brought up this question to her because my how do I introduce this topic? My mom tells me that like I was a happy accident kind of scenario, like I was unplanned.
Okay. Yeah. As with most kids.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, but it's different perspective because I was thinking about it throughout last week, and I was thinking, my mom is pretty smart when it comes to sex and sex health and stuff like that, right? And she didn't get pregnant once in 13 years from the time she had me to when she had my sister.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's odd, right? Because considering what my mom's like childhood was and growing up, she's, like I said, pretty smart when it comes to like sex stuff and sex health.
Yeah.
So I asked her, I'm like, how did I come about if you were like that? I don't think that you were necessarily trying to have a child. She's like, no, I wasn't trying to, but I, accepted it and, had you and accepted that this was the way things were going to be, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's fine. But I'm just wondering, like, with you being you, like, how did I come about if you're so, like, on top of that and smart and ahead of the curve, right?
Yeah, okay.
Because we're talking about, like, 89, so it's not
you're
like...
You're basically asking, you're really smart, Mom, but where did you fuck up here?
Yeah, exactly. And she... The short part of it was she thinks that my dad was just maybe didn't use a condom one time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like, my biological father didn't use a condom one time, and then that happened that way?
I would imagine in this particular conversation you're talking about your biological father.
I have to specify, I don't talk about my biological father like my dad. My dad is my stepdad for
Fair enough.
That's
Okay.
just my
okay.
term. My
yeah.
personal terminology flips that because my biological father is an asshole and hasn't really been part of my life
Mm-hmm.
for most of my life.
Yeah.
For a good 95% of it.
Okay.
And whereas my stepdad has been there for at least a little bit more than that.
Okay. All right. Maybe he's only been missing for 93% or something.
8 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, what, since you've been an adult, you mean 8 years, or like as a child?
No, like he came into my life when I was 8.
Oh, he was around for 8 years.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
No,
okay.
no. When I was 8,
Oh.
that's when he started dating my mom and moved into the house and became my stepdad.
I see. Okay.
So
right.
from then, I don't know what the ratio would be.
Yeah, whatever. I don't think it's worth doing the math on this.
No. But I had we had a heartfelt conversation, and me and my mom, and she was asking me about how her and my dad separating might have affected me, and like my change in personality from when I was a kid to high school to an adult and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we had a really good heartfelt conversation, and then I woke up the next day and I was so pissed off. So I was just really angry. I was just angry
about your childhood.
Well, it's hard to fully think about because I'm not there anymore. I basically only did 2 hours at work, and then I left because I was getting too pissed off from just having to repeat myself to people I was working with. That I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here before I flip my lid on someone unnecessarily.
Okay.
So I only did 2 hours on Tuesday before I got to get the fuck out of here.
Anger problems, but all right.
But I'm trying to she was explaining some things that my biological father did that was the kind of the catalyst for her kicking him out and leaving him.
Okay, all right.
And one of them was he was verbally abusive with her and stuff like that.
Yes, I remember. I vaguely remember you saying that before. Yeah.
And he also has an alcoholic streak, so he's got an addiction problem.
Yeah, and your mom doesn't drink at all, right?
Almost,
or very rarely.
Almost very never.
Yeah.
Like a wedding, she'll have a couple glasses of wine. I don't think she's ever been drunk once. I think that's actually a lie. I think she might have been tipsy or drunk once, but as far as she is considered, she's never done drugs.
Yeah.
Like marijuana or anything above.
Yeah, because I remember talking to her one time. She's just I don't really ever drink or do anything.
She's a high off of life type of person. Yeah. She goes out dancing when she wants to have fun.
That's the best kind of person, man. That is incredibly rare.
Yeah, it is. And it just, I don't know, I guess that part in particular really bugged me because I have kind of my own addiction problems when it comes to, I don't want to be too heavy or anything. I have a real addiction problem, but it's marijuana. So I have a dependency issue, I guess is more accurate.
Yes, okay.
And that made me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. And then I started thinking about how I'm very liberal with my use of language. And
yes. More so than me.
Yeah, I know, and I am. And it just made me take a second step back to think that my biological father was doing the same kind of bullshit. Except he didn't have an intellectual justification for it. He was just a piece of shit.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? Whereas I have...
I'm smart. That's why it's okay.
No, well, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it like that. I said intellectual reason.
Okay, fine. Okay.
I have a freedom of thought I like to live my life by when it comes to language, especially because people get too tied up with the definitions of things too specifically when, how many times people fuck up their words or say something but not actually mean it that way, or text somebody and you don't realize it's a joke or something like that. Language is there are other parts to language than just the words you are saying.
Oh yeah, there's a shit ton of subtext.
Exactly. And I feel that most people only focus on the literal words coming out of people's mouths, whereas there's a lot more to the intent and what you're saying, how you're saying it, in the environment that you're saying it and stuff like that. Context does matter, which is a theme of this podcast that we have, where it's you look past the surface level, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I agree, although oftentimes I'm too autistic to see. I don't know why I keep calling myself autistic, and I'm not. But
I say that when about memory stuff. I'll be nobody remembers stuff like me. I have an autistic memory.
There we go.
I just say that as offhandedly. I don't actually believe that I'm autistic. when I think about how
just-
other people remember things, I'm like, but I remember it so much more vividly.
It's just a good descriptive word for that.
Hey, I say that, you know exactly what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I know.
about.
Well, yeah, I do. But like when it comes to meaning and stuff, I have an autistic perception of that, where I oftentimes will just take the literal meaning of what people are saying,
really?
and I don't read into the subtext. And I'm not doing it purposely or maliciously.
Yeah.
I'm just an idiot.
Like one of my original podcast titles ideas, like the End Word Podcast.
Yeah, like I didn't actually get what you were talking about there. Yeah.
See, it's clever on multiple levels for those of you who don't know. Just think about it for a second. Say it fast, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did. That joke went right over my head.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know, that really, that conversation, and that in particular really bugged me, and I think it just threw me off emotionally.
Oh, well.
So.
You need that every once in a while. And I don't mean you specifically. I mean people need that every once in a while.
Yeah.
They just need to, remember something about their childhood that they really hated and just get mad for
I
a little
remember
while.
lots of things about my childhood, and I hated a lot of it. That's
But,
not the problem.
You need that rage.
I just need, what I like talking to someone else and having perspective on a situation, because it's too easy for me to think that I have a wide perspective. I always like to be affirmed that I'm wrong. Like a lot of the times when I tell people things and stuff like that, I want people to tell me that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be right all the time, because if I'm right all the time, all my bad thoughts are also correct.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know what you're saying.
I don't want that, right? So I actively look to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah, no, sometimes when like the conclusion of what you're thinking is actually like a negative conclusion, just say, someone tell me there's something wrong with what I'm thinking here.
Please. So it's refreshing.
Show me where I fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of know where you're getting at.
So, I don't know. Yeah. That was my week in a nutshell. I could go more in depth with the conversation that I had with my mom, but I don't know. I'll save it I'm sure my childhood will come up as a topic of discussion some
Oh,
time
yeah,
then.
probably. Almost guaranteed. Considering there's only 2 people that host this podcast.
Yeah, reaching on the well.
Yeah, right? It's going to end up being like Joe Rogan, where we repeat the same things over and over. We've only done, I think, 13 episodes, and I'm pretty sure we've repeated a bunch of things over.
I always get paranoid that I'm going to repeat the same songs over and over again, and then I realize I don't care, because it's literally whatever song stuck in my head for that week.
Oh, I see.
Irrelevant of whether it's a new song or not. It's still...
I guess that's true, yeah.
So
that's the whole point.
I always think about that. I'm like, what song am I going to think of for this? Like, this week in particular, I didn't really listen to any music. I was listening to podcasts.
Yes.
So I kind of had to pick a song that was stuck in my head that I wasn't really listening to.
Okay, all
so
right.
I do have one, but it's just like, technically I didn't really listen to it, but it's still stuck in my head to the point where I was singing it to myself in my head and stuff like that.
Well, there we go. That still works.
It still counts for me.
I'm very weird like this, and I've been like this since I was like a child, where I don't really ever listen to music. Like you said this week, like you mostly just listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Like in the last about year and a half, I only listen to podcasts. But before that, it would be either like sounds from a video game or movie or nothing. Like I just don't listen to music.
Are you talking about at work?
Ever.
Oh.
Like I just occasionally, very rarely will I have a song that I listen to like a bunch of times for maybe that week or 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
And then after that, like nothing. Like I just don't listen to music.
Man. I like listening to music, but I just don't do it a lot like when I'm at home or anything like that. I do it mostly at work because it's like to take me out of it.
Yeah. And your work is you're in your own space enough that you could get away with it.
And my work is physical, so I'm working with my body, even in the small aspects of it, so I can kind of like dance around a little bit and have fun to the music. Whereas if I was sitting down, I'd probably be really like anxious.
Do you listen to it like, is it on a speaker or do you, and you're okay with that? You're comfortable with that?
Not always, because some of the stuff I listen to is either like raunchy or fucked up and stuff like that. I just kind of don't play all the really fucked up stuff when people are around. So if I'm working late, I'll play the like really dirty shit.
You should probably get like Bluetooth headphones or something. Like I know where,
but I work with people.
Oh yeah,
I work with people.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't. Like before I got my assistant Mel to work with me. I used to listen to podcasts on my headphones because I just didn't want to talk to anybody that much.
Yeah, but now that she's there,
it's like I just openly listen to music and stuff like that. Yeah, I just don't play a lot of gangster rap.
Okay,
like I do sometimes,
but
I try not to overdo it too much. No, I don't even put it on shuffle because my phone my phone's SD card got all bugged a few years ago.
Oh shit.
So like I dropped it one too many times and just scrambled the SD card, so I can't, and I don't have a computer to put more music on it.
I see.
So I just go on YouTube.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I just play music off of YouTube.
Okay.
Which kind of sucks for my data, but I have 10 gigs a month, so I don't really care.
When I'm at work and I try listening to podcasts, this has been my problem for like the last, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks, where I'm listening to a podcast and the instant I start the podcast, somebody's just like, "Hey Ken, I need you to look at this thing."
Oh yeah.
And then so I'll pause it.
Yeah.
And then I'll look at the thing, and then I just won't start it again for maybe an hour.
Oh really?
And no one bothers me for that whole hour. And I'm just like, oh, I should probably go back to listening to my podcast. I start it again. The instant I fucking start it, someone bothers me again.
Yeah, you just gotta be diligent about that. Have that shit on a one tap button. I used to do that too when I had like the headphones I'm wearing now.
Mm-hmm.
It has the little button.
Yeah.
So like when people would come to me at work, I'd be like, "Give me a second." Click. Headphones off. Yeah, what's up?
Actually, just say, "Give me a second." Yeah. Maybe I should do
people
that.
can see you're wearing headphones, right?
Well, I wear like smaller Bluetooth ones.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm speaking from my perspective.
Yeah.
But you can do the same thing if you just have one button.
Yeah. Just take it off. Yeah, well, I do have, it's on the side, so I just have to press it there.
Oh, okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just got to be really diligent. Is the minute that they stop talking, click.
Yeah, yeah. I just have to remember that.
And still, you'll get it, or they'll be like, "Oh, I forgot to ask you something." It's like, fuck sakes. Click.
Yeah.
But once you get in the habit of just like making sure you click it all the time, then you can actually listen to podcasts. But I have done that before, where it's like I'll be wearing my headphones for like a half an hour at work and be like, "Why am I wearing headphones? Oh, I was listening to something." Whoops.
Yeah. But I'm just annoyed that like people just keep asking me shit right when I.
But that's because you're only starting it a few times.
Yeah.
If you do it 20 times, then there'll be less times people interrupt you.
I tried on Friday. There's an episode of this podcast I listened to. It's only about an hour and 30 minutes long.
Mm.
I could not get through that whole episode in the 8 hours I was at work.
Oh damn.
It's just it's fucking annoying. I need people to just leave me alone.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, like part of your job is working with other people, so
Yeah, a lot of other people.
similar to me, you can't really avoid it too much.
No, you can't. I mean, I enjoy talking to them sometimes, but there's other times where I just want to, work.
Zone
want to
out.
be left alone and zone out. Yeah.
Did you do anything this week?
I've been trying to work on getting my working out streaming thing
Yeah.
looking better. So I got the blanket up, which helped tremendously.
Yeah, absorbs so much sound. There's way less
yeah.
echo.
So I was googling like what kind of blankets are good for this kind of thing, just to see if I can get that kind of blanket for cheap.
Yeah.
So everyone was saying, for sound and also for heat, which I also need, putting moving blankets against the walls is a good idea.
Say moving?
Moving, yeah, like when you move from one place to another.
Not heavy, like heavy canvas.
Yeah, like they're quite heavy. Yeah, so I haven't bought them yet, but I feel like it's too much money to spend on it, but I'm considering it.
Honestly, dude, just quilts.
Yeah,
like duvets and shit like that. Just hang that shit up on the wall. Go to freaking Value Village or something.
Well, that's where I got the one up there from there.
I feel like that did pretty well. And if you have a couple more of those on the walls, it's
just
gonna be
get a few more.
It's not like dog shit. It's gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass to set up, but you probably solve your heating problem too. You just need more of them too.
Yeah, and I need to put more. I'm gonna probably put one more bar in the room too. So
okay.
The way I did it was I was thinking of like the multiple different ways to hang it, and I'm just like, okay, I can probably get an adhesive, but then that still strips off the paint, which would be a pain in the ass to deal with.
That's a lot easier to fix than.
I feel like 2 small holes is easier to deal with.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but it's whatever.
I mean, I have tons for my ceiling lights. So
small holes where
yeah.
you just change the location of where you put the lights.
No. I just mean like when I move out, I'm gonna have like 12 holes
that's
on
what
my
you mean, yeah.
like a ring around my.
Which is whatever. Like I feel like that's
bad.
an easy fix. So I bought a bar and brackets from an IKEA. So I put the brackets against the wall and I put the bar on the brackets. And then a bunch of rings with alligator clips.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I have for my curtains.
Basically, yeah.
Oh yeah, I gave you the. Didn't I give you the clips?
You gave me alligator clips, but
yeah.
not the ones I'm using because the ones you gave me don't hang on a ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have like a little extra thing where there's a.
It's like an S or a hook or something, like an S hook or whatever. Yeah. I got the rings from IKEA and they come with their own clips.
Yeah.
So I just hooked them all. So I did that. And like I said, I'm thinking about getting moving blankets, but so at Walmart, moving blankets are fucking like $50 a piece. So I'm just like, that's too much.
Get
Way
two
too
quilts for
fucking
that.
much. Yeah.
Two
Dude.
cheap
So
quilts.
the one I bought from Value Village was $10.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah, nice and cheap, right? But I'm like, I went to Amazon. I'm like, how much are the moving blankets from Amazon? Let's see if that works out. They're like $100 for 12 of them. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So my first thought is these must be tiny ass blankets.
Yeah.
And they're not. They're actually the same size as the Walmart ones, which are $50 each.
That's why retail stores are going out of business.
Yeah, but I rarely see price discrepancies like that big,
It's because
right?
it's an item that nobody really wants.
I suppose.
How many people are going to be buying moving blankets once every family every 20 years?
That's pretty much right. Yeah,
right?
like people don't move very
people
often.
who have moving companies and stuff like that. But realistically, like you're not usually buying that shit. Like I've moved, 5-6 times in my life, maybe more, just a little bit more than that. I don't think I've ever used a moving blanket.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I've moved about 7 or 8, and I don't think I've ever used moving blankets.
So again, it's like it's such
so even with people who move, you're scraping the barrel
exactly.
from there. Yeah. But anyway, so I found them at Amazon. So I'm like, ooh, 12 of them for $100. I might go for that, but I really want to think about it. I need approximately, how many do I need blankets altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to put some in my room as well because it does conceal heat as well. Yeah. So I need about 8 blankets.
Damn. So it's almost a whole lot.
Yeah. So like, even if I were to get them for $10 each from Value Village, that's about $80.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might just spring the extra 20 and get all 12 moving blankets from Amazon. So I'll think about it, because the heat thing actually, like, that room has almost no furniture, and it's the warmest room in my house now just because of that one blanket. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's odd that it's doing all the work with just one blanket, but I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because like any type of inner insulation for the room is going to make it warmer.
Yeah, and that seems to be the case. But I just need 2 for each wall. Oh, okay. Just to cover as much as possible of the wall, right?
Yeah. You looked up the school, like how big the moving blankets were? Yeah,
I did, and it's I forgot the dimensions offhand, but when I measured it out, it was about 2 per wall.
2 per wall.
Yeah. Okay. There's going to be a decent amount of overlap, but that's fine. It's whatever.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Yeah. So I'm looking into it, but I feel like it's too much to spend on something so minuscule. I don't know.
Especially when it's a work in progress.
Yeah. But I'll think about it maybe.
When I looked at your stream history, I swear it said the last time you streamed was like a 4-minute stream.
Yeah, I was trying to look at, I was going to stream and my camera fucked up, so I was just like, God damn it, so I have to fix this. Mm-hmm. And then after like 4 minutes, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna stream.
Oh, yeah. You still worked out?
Yeah, I still worked out. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so now my goal is to just make that streaming setup look better. Another thing that I kind of want to do is get a second camera, but if I can find one on Craigslist, then I will.
Okay.
But I don't want to spend money on a new one again. And so I've changed the box for me working out to be a little bit smaller. I've added a little part with moving images and text to show what workouts I'm doing that day.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have another part of the screen just show what's being shown on my phone, because I use my phone for core workouts.
Yeah.
So I need my phone to reflect what's going on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you try my idea of doing more sets, less reps?
Yeah, that was actually way more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like a better workout.
There you go.
Yeah.
I told you, like, from David Goggins, it's like you're working out more technically, mm-hmm. even though it feels like you're doing less for each one, but the amount that you're working out, mm-hmm. like his whole theory was, you might be able to do 100 push-ups mm-hmm. in a day, and then you're all torn up and fucked up, but I'm doing 25 every day. You know what I mean? So that by the time that I get to the 5th day, I've done 25 more than you in your week.
Well, no, that doesn't make any sense.
You do 100 in a day, but then you're torn up for an entire week.
Oh, and then you stop for the rest of the week. Out. Sorry.
Yeah, and you're like, I
thought you meant 100 in a day and then 100 every day.
No, that'd be. I mean, if you can, probably you should. But that was his like simple example. It's like by the time that I get to the 5th, 6th, 7th day, I've done 75 more than you.
That's
and
right.
And then do that every year. Sorry, every week for every month for every year. that 75 just adds up and adds up and adds up. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was an interesting way of looking at working out, and he's a fucking beast.
So I mean, it like I said, it felt like a way more intense workout by the time I was done with it. So
I'm glad it worked out.
I do like it better, and it does take slightly more, but you know, I have shorter breaks to help mitigate that.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of 30-second breaks, I take 15 seconds.
Yeah, see, not too bad.
Yeah, so it works out. That's another thing I need to add to the stream. I need to add some kind of like timer, or I guess a clock with a second hand on it, because it's not something I can control myself.
Yeah, depending on how crazy you want to get it, you could be like a game show buzzer.
Just press the button when
15
I'm done.
on the clock. And it just ticks, and then you have to get back to it.
I was gonna make it a digital clock that only shows up on the stream, but I guess I could put it in the background somewhere and do that.
That's just an idea.
Well, you know, I do plan to have my phone with me. That's definitely a real possibility.
Yeah, if you get like an app or something, like game
Yeah.
show buzzer, game show buzzer alarm or something.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to try and make it look good. But like, and I was trying to Google, like I said before, I was trying to see what other workout streams do, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
And so this time I tried to do a more in-depth search about like what people do when working out, like on stream, just to see like what looks good and what doesn't, what I can add to the stream, what people want and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can find almost nothing. Like
workout streams?
Yeah, and I'm sure people have done them. I'm 100% sure.
I feel like people don't do workout streams. They just, well, I mean, maybe they do because people just do whatever, but
yeah.
I feel like a lot of times it's like gym tutorials, you know what I mean?
There's
it's
a lot of that
and stuff like that, as opposed to this is just what I'm doing. Now watch me on stream.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know. There's and the other thing is seems like a lot of the guys that do like workouts on stream, well, there's a lot of women that do it and they're just really hot, but like there's not much going on the stream itself. Like there's not,
it's just watch them work out.
Yeah, you just want to, you know, hope to see some ass or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty easy.
Yeah. And there's guys that do it are really fit as well, and it's going to be the same sort of thing where they're just really good looking. But I can't, you know, that's not going to be my thing. I can't get away with that.
Yeah, yours is more of a less. I'm trying to find the word for it, but it escaped me. More motivational and less whoring.
It's that's pretty much it. Well, the title of my last one was "On My Way to Thoughtery" or something like that. Yeah.
On my way to be a Twitch thought, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. So, you know, that's the goal, to be a Twitch thought.
I mean, good luck.
I can do it. If I can do that, I'll be so happy. That's like my going to the moon kind of dream, you know? To be a Twitch thought.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just takes off. Someone will make your dreams come true.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. Just need people to just want to see my tits or ass.
Yeah, that might be a bit of a stretch.
But yeah, so my week was mostly just thinking about that. In terms of work, one of my colleagues is quitting, and she's the one who does like my job, but for a different part of British Columbia.
Oh, okay.
So that means my workload is going to double.
Oh, really?
Very soon.
Damn.
Yeah, because nobody can do it.
Why does your company only have like 7 employees and 6 of them are techs?
Oh, well, no, we have shit tons of employees. Just my department doesn't make a whole lot of money. It does and it doesn't. It's hard to explain.
But it's like it's one part of the company. If you don't have someone doing intake and doing customer service, there can be no work for the techs. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. I have how many techs do I have? I have 12 techs that work underneath me now. Or I should say with me, because it's more of a team effort than anything else. And then the rest of BC is about another 12 techs altogether.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's fucking crazy.
So I'll have to look over that. I definitely can't do the work myself. I told them all that like, if we're going to do this for the next little while, like I will prepare everything so that it's easy for you guys to just, you know, do some of the work. I can pull together like a list of jobs that are ready to go out. I just need you guys to like decide the order.
Who's you guys?
The rest of my team. Like there's other people there. So we have like
because I remember you saying that you have just one other person that works with you in the office, really.
I have one other person that works with me that helps me with the lower mainland stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she does. It's the best way to think about it is I look after what's going to happen tomorrow,
Yeah.
and she reviews what happened yesterday.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of the best way to look at it.
Okay.
So she reviews all the work that all the techs did the next day and puts them in the system and does all the reports and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but like for the rest of British Columbia, there's another team of 2 people that do the same thing. One person who looks after sending the text out for the next day, and one person who looks at all their reports.
It still seems like a very, very small...
It's a minuscule team.
Yeah, for such a large contract.
Yeah, no, it's we could probably use more people, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna have to just look over all of British Columbia for the next little while.
Damn.
Yeah, but I told them, like I said, I'll make it so it's easy for you guys to figure the rest out to do some of the work.
Yeah.
But I can't do it all on my own. So it's just gonna be too much.
I guarantee they're gonna not listen to you, and you're gonna have to do it all on your own.
Might end up happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I really hope not. But if they do, then I'll make sure I demand the overtime hours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking document all that shit too.
Yeah.
Be like, I got the receipts, bitch.
Got the receipts. Oh, one of my friends sent me this text. Not a text, Facebook message. I just want to bring it up on stream, not stream. Here. Where is it? Come on. Here we go. Okay. So he said, so this is on Facebook. He said, I just sat next to Lindsay Shepherd at a free speech event. You are the most expert person I know on the subject.
Oh, you?
He said this to me, yeah.
Nice.
So I thought I would ask, does this mean I'm a Nazi now? I guess a lot of people are seeing me talk to people on Facebook and shit, but okay. Because I haven't talked to this guy in a little while. But anyways, I said I'm jealous, and yeah, you're a Nazi now.
Where was he at?
I don't know what the event was. He just says that a free speech event.
Because that was funny.
In Vancouver.
I was like, as a dumb, well, not a completely dumb thought, but a dumb thought. I was thinking about like emailing Lindsay Shepherd, be like, would you like to be on our podcast as our first guest? You don't have to talk about politics, but just shoot the shit.
Yeah. No, not here. Fuck, I don't even know how we would be able to get her on here.
Plug the first episode and let's take a listen to these guys.
Nope.
Maybe I'm going to take a step away from that and just say no.
Because she's educated. We're not.
Yeah, well, yeah, much more educated. But I don't know. It's funny that would be the person that they're talking about.
Oh, I mean, he's a Nazi now, though.
Clearly, just from being in proximity with Lindsay Shepherd, it's like an AoE effect.
But it's also at a free speech event. You have to remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Anybody who's near Lindsay Shepherd is now a Nazi. That's how that works. They're basically Hitler.
Basically.
Yeah,
it's a pretty like de facto 1-to-1 equivalency.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was funny, mostly because I didn't ever expect anyone to tell me you're the most expert person I know on the subject. I'm just like, oh man, that's a low bar. Fuck, but should we move on?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your news?
Let's do your thing first.
Yeah, of course. So for this week, even though, like I said, I haven't been listening to a lot of music, I have had a few songs stuck in my head. And then the one that stuck out the most to me was a song called Night Running by Cage the Elephant and Beck. It's a fairly new song.
Did you say and Beck or and back?
Beck.
Okay, thank you. That's what
Beck,
I thought I heard. Yeah, I know. Okay, that's not the Beck that I thought, but
no, it's Beck.
Okay.
It's pretty good. You should go listen to it.
Cage and the Elephant?
Cage the Elephant.
Oh, Cage the Elephant.
You know that's the song for the first Borderlands?
Oh man, so long ago, I don't remember it.
What is the song called? Ain't No Rest for the Wicked?
Yeah, okay.
They did that song.
Okay.
And they've still been doing music since that first song.
Those two, they're still making music?
Cage the Elephant, the band.
Oh, Cage the Elephant is the band.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did the song, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, which was in the first Borderlands.
Yes.
For the intro.
Mm.
And they have done a song recently with the other artist, Beck.
Okay.
for a song called Night Running.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, I mean, that band, I'm not surprised, but Beck has been around for a long fucking time.
Yes, he has. And he makes good music.
Okay.
So that's the song that's been stuck in my head for this week.
Ooh.
Even though I literally never listened to it this week, and it's only been literally stuck in my head, and I've been listening to podcasts.
I feel like that's more accurate than the other times you brought it in.
Yeah, but see, when I tell you that I've been like a song that's stuck in my head,
Mhm.
let me just tell you that I subjugated the people that I work with who have no control over the music whatsoever,
Mhm.
and are like Asian women who sew
Yes.
and stuff like that. They would have to listen to whatever I have stuck in my head.
Yes.
Also.
Okay.
So, like, if I listen to it 3 times in a week and then bring it up on the podcast, they've also listened to it 3 times in the week. So, there you go.
Okay. Awesome. So, now we're going to play Which One is Fake News, where Shane and the audience gets to decide which one of the 4 articles I bring in is fake news. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. Man who tried to fight grizzly bear in Banff National Park fined $4,000.
Okay.
Is that something you would do?
No.
Would you fight a grizzly bear?
Fuck grizzly bears, dude. Grizzly bears are fucking dangerous.
And bears in general.
Yeah.
Even a cub I would be freaked out by.
Nah.
You wouldn't be freaked out by a cub?
No, they're too cute.
Oh, man.
I'd be freaked out by a cub, not because of the cub itself,
'Cause you
knowing
know
that there would be a
mothers
fucking
and-
mother bear around somewhere. Unless I
They
found
will fuck your shit
yeah,
up.
exactly. I'd be more scared of that because
Yeah.
now I'm even asking for it.
Danish libertarians seduce voters on Pornhub.
Okay.
So do you think that's a good strategy to try to get voters?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, people do everything else for like getting elected and being like part of the pop culture. I wouldn't see why. I mean, if Pornhub themselves has a fucking esports team,
Oh, that's right.
you know, like
I totally forgot about
we're
that.
we're past the point where
Fuck.
like political people need to apologize for doing whatever it takes to get fucking votes.
That's what Andrew Yang needs to do, or
No.
Tulsi
'Cause
Gabbard.
he still need to look good as a president, but realistically, yeah.
No, man, they'd
they should.
win. Okay,
They might.
We know they're not going to win now, but if they've used Pornhub,
should.
they might.
One of them should.
One of them should.
Fucking Tulsi Yang.
I can see it happening with Yang just because there's like a lot of memes surrounding him.
Yeah.
A lot of it with like hot anime girls.
Really?
Oh yeah, you don't see this stuff?
No, I don't go on a
It's
lot
all
of
over the
stuff.
place. Yeah, it's like Yang Gang, and it's like a
Yeah,
hot
Yang
anime
Gang,
girl
I've heard
with
that.
like huge tits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, good for him.
Man spends 30,000 pounds fighting 100-pound speeding fine.
Okay.
And what's the last one? Somewhere around here. I have it in my folder. Liberal parents struggle to find school district with high quality drag queens.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are my 4.
Okay.
I feel like you're gonna get it pretty easily.
I don't know.
Although every time I say that, I think you've gotten it wrong.
All right, so let's go through them one more time.
Okay.
Man who tried to fight grizzly bear in Banff National Park fined $4,000.
Yeah. Should have just been fine to take the ass whooping by the grizzly bear.
Yeah, or yeah,
I guarantee you he would learn his lesson after that, or
getting his ass torn apart.
yeah, one of those two.
Danish libertarians seduce voters on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Man spends 30,000 pounds fighting a 100-pound speeding fine.
It's either pounds or euros, but I don't know the difference in the symbol.
Yeah, I don't either, but I think it's pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Liberal parents struggling to find school district with high quality drag queens. All right. I don't know. I can't imagine someone walking away from who tried to fight a grizzly. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go, this one's going to be a quick one. I'm not going to hum and haw for too much.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2 is the fake news. Danish libertarians seduce voters on Pornhub. I'm going to say that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else just seems
Like
close enough. Like man who tried to fight grizzly bear in a national park, yeah, you get fined for
Yeah.
it. Some idiot who spent more money on the principle of not getting a speeding ticket sounds like something a stupid human would do. And then with this day and age, I'm not surprised if there are certain parents that are looking for schools with fucking drag queen acceptance.
High quality drag queens,
I know.
okay?
Maybe that might be a giveaway for that being fake, that it's the fact that it's high quality. But there's something about, like, even though I'm saying that, like, I'm not surprised with the Danish libertarians doing a Pornhub. Like,
are they known for doing things like that?
No. But I just mean, like, in this day and age, it's not outside the realm.
Yes.
But it's unprofessional enough that it makes me think that it's not actually true. But also, it doesn't mean that they're actually in office, so they don't actually have to be.
That's true.
100% professional. You know what I mean?
If it was the Brazil president, then I totally, like, 100%. I think that would be accurate.
But I'm gonna say. For a close second, I'm going to say number 4, liberal parents struggling to find school district with high quality drag queens.
Okay.
That's a close second for me.
Okay, all right.
Only because that high quality, but I'm going to go with number 2.
Okay, is that your
That's
final answer?
My final answer is Danish libertarians.
Okay. Your second one was close. Or your second one was accurate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
yeah,
it was
the high quality.
The high quality one. That's actually, like, I didn't even think about that part. I just figured wanting drag queens in the school just seems weird enough to me.
See, it's the thing that I say about all the identitarian movement and stuff like that. It's like all this unnecessary detail that you wouldn't normally... like, people don't talk like this kind of scenario. People don't say those type of things, right?
Yeah.
No one says high quality drag queens.
Yes.
Someone would just be like drag queen acceptance. You know what I mean? Like what I said. That makes more sense. What I said.
In fact, I guess technically calling it... Now that I think more about it, high quality drag queens is an insult, because then you're saying that there are drag queens out there who are poor quality.
Oh, I suppose.
And the kinds of people who would make that statement wouldn't say that kind of thing.
Well, unless they're liberal and elitist.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? Yeah,
they're progressive and they're up their own ass. Then yeah, they probably would. But somehow I don't think that's the people that they're talking about.
All right, so let's go with the one that you said first. Okay. Danish libertarians seduce voters on Pornhub. With the Danish general election looming in on June 5th. June 5th? When the fuck was this written? You
pulled this a while ago.
No, it says it was written from around September 2nd to 8th. I guess June 5th of next year. Which is still pretty close, I suppose.
10 months away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. Like, our presidential election is already started.
We don't have a presidential election.
Okay, American. I'm an American. That's what I meant when I said ours, okay?
You're barely American. You don't even have a freaking card anymore.
I have a pass.
You have a passport, but that doesn't make you American.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, that's the most American thing I can think of.
No, you got to be living in America for the last, 6 months to a year to be able to vote, even if you have citizenship.
I'm pretty sure I flew over there when I went to Hawaii.
Yeah, once. Okay. You have to be living there, paying taxes.
Twice, okay? Twice, because I came back too.
Paying taxes on a consistent basis where the IRS can come and sue your ass.
I can still vote, okay?
I don't think so, but you can. Good luck.
I have to mail it in. I've done it before.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. I'm sure you'll get a rejection letter.
Fuck you. You haven't been in America long enough.
The 5% Muslim in you is too much. Get out.
Too much.
Go back home.
No, man. Americans love Muslims, okay?
No, they don't.
All right? They love Muslims the most. You know, when I grew up in Canada, I had a real conflict between, being a Muslim and being an American, because, any time I went to, my parents often took me to, Muslim communities and stuff, and frequently they'd all shit on Americans because it was when George Bush was in power, and I hated that so much. I'm like, oh, they're making fun of me.
Yeah, well, now you know.
Yeah, but I took more offense at the fact that they're shitting on Americans, not, when people shat on Muslims.
Yeah, because you're in your in-group with your echo chamber, so you're already indoctrinated with the idea that you're a persecuted class.
Mm-hmm.
But when you but now when you hear that you're a secondary persecuted class that you thought was actually on a pedestal, then you're like, oh, this is weird.
This is weird. This is not right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it contributed to me leaving the religion.
Yeah, probably. That and the lack of bacon.
Lack of bacon, the fact that when I was in grade 2, they showed me videos of when I was in a Muslim school. I don't know did I tell you this?
Told me this. I've heard of that story, but it's always good.
Yeah, well, I'll say it on the podcast. Yeah, I was in grade 2. It might have been grade 3. I'll admit it because I don't remember 100%. But they showed me first I'll tell the whole story. They showed me first videos of Muslims getting slaughtered and just saying, this is horrible, they're attacking us because of our religion. And then, like, the next day, they would show videos of Muslims slaughtering other religions and being like, all these other people deserve it because they're praying to a false god.
Yeah, they're infidels.
Yeah.
You justified it.
Yeah, pretty much. Grade 2. How old are you? Like, 8?
That's why you need to get them when you're young. You're indoctrinated, and they don't think it's weird.
I thought it was fucking weird.
Yeah, well, you're one of the few, probably. Well, your other classmates are going Allahu Akbar right now and fucking strapping bombs themselves.
I think the school shut down because, like, they found... I only heard this as a rumor, but I'm going to say because it's funny. They found 2 guys, like, one sucking another dude off in the bathroom or something.
Yeah. That's what you get with repressed people, dude. You tell people no, and then they want it. They want that dick.
All the guys end up wanting dick. So I heard that was how they got shut down. Good for them. Someone got their dick that they wanted, and the school got shut down. Everybody's happy. Yep. Could you imagine if I told that story on, like, Steven Crowder's show? Imagine the kind of shitstorm that would be.
No, he would eat that shit up.
He would he would, but, like, the shitstorm following it from other people listening. People would be like, no, the Muslims are...
Steven Crowder stubs his toe, and fucking people get upset and call him a white supremacist.
Well, I mean, it's because he is a white supremacist, okay?
No, he's a conservative news person.
A conservative news person. He says he's a comedian, but...
Yeah.
He
makes jokes, but they're not that great.
No, his jokes are pretty bad.
And mostly it's in relation to or commenting on news.
Yeah. He's good at banter, like when he's talking to random people and the change my mind thing.
It's not that he's unintelligent. I just don't think that him saying he's a late night comedian is valid at all. He has people who laughs at his jokes, and that's about it.
Oh, the only thing I'm going to give to him is because his skits are pretty funny.
Yeah, okay, skits, produce things, him talking to people, doing the change my mind, like, he's good at these certain things, but the label of late night comedian, just stop, dude. Just stop, dude. You're a conservative news outlet. Just fucking accept it. You lean towards comedy. You make it lighthearted. You're trying to be the Daily Show. I understand what you're trying to do. Go for it. But you're not a late night comedian. You're not a comedian. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even think he does, like, stand-up shows.
No, he didn't. He used to.
Yeah, he has. And I'll give it to him. He has done writing and stuff like that. But you don't... I had an example of this that I wanted to say, but I can't think of it anymore. Oh, it's like the thing about journalism where I say about, like, how no one actually has journalistic integrity.
Oh, yeah.
They think that just by being a quote-unquote journalist and working for... They think that by just being part of a publisher and doing journalism that makes them have journalistic integrity and that they're infallible or non-biased in their own way.
Yeah.
That same way that I feel about him saying that he's a late night comedian. It's like, you've done comedy. That doesn't mean you're indefinitely a comedian. You might have a lean towards comedy, but you're mostly a conservative news outlet.
He's mostly a conservative news outlet. Yeah,
we're talking like 90 to 80%.
Yeah,
conservative news outlet. And if he wasn't doing the conservative news, he wouldn't have most of his jokes that he's like his reaction humor.
I would argue he's more of a conservative. I mean, this might count as news, but like an opinion piece outlet.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
to a certain degree, because he does look at.
Because he looks at articles from other places, like he doesn't actually do any of the reporting himself, right?
Yeah, he does like the YouTube thing where he's like Philip DeFranco, where he reports on the news being reported.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, so I don't know if that's actually any different. I don't know if that actually makes a difference in terms of journalism, but I would argue it's closer to more of an opinion piece kind of outlet.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about. I'm sure he has said and would say. Is that someone like Stephen Colbert does the same kind of shit where it's like it's leaning, it's comedy that's an opinion based on the news that's being presented.
Yes,
you know what I mean. It's like a take on it.
Well, Stephen Colbert is just I don't know. I don't think he's that funny. I've never really liked Stephen Colbert.
Oh,
to be
really?
Honest. Yeah.
No, he's funny. He is legitimately funny, and he is a really smart, clever dude. It's just that show makes him go like, it might be true what he's saying or like honest coming from him necessarily. Like that might be true and like real, but I feel like it's a pandering low bar that he's setting for himself because it has to cast the widest net
I
by
mean,
being a late night host.
I get that, but like even during the Colbert Report, and I watched a shit ton of Colbert Report because it was always either like right before or right after Daily Show.
Right after.
Right after, yeah. And I don't know, like I didn't even like him that much then.
Oh, really?
I always thought it was like the Daily Show, but worse in almost every way.
I could agree with that statement. It was like the Daily Show light.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought his stuff was funny. Like
Well,
when he put like bears on the list of the most dangerous things.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. He had like a list of a bunch of like bullshit things, and bears was like number one for the longest time.
Okay. I don't remember that at all, but okay.
Or like every time he would interview someone, it would just basically be him talking about himself or something like that.
Actually, I really hated that because like it almost I'd be fine with it if the interviewees or whatever you would call them, interviewees,
Yeah.
were told that that's how it's gonna be. But I'll be honest, and maybe they were, but it really didn't look like it.
Well, it's live, right? So you got to think about it in the sense that that's what he used to do as a correspondent for the Daily Show.
Yes.
Except they would edit that to be able to make it a little bit funnier.
Yeah, they would.
And to make it like kind of not make it always so awkward. But when you're live on stage and the audience has you, Stephen Colbert's back, but not your guests back.
Yeah.
Even if the people in the audience like you, they're always going to cheer for Stephen Colbert's thing. So you're either part of the bit or you're an awkward outsider.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't think people realize it was a bit. Like, I think the interviewees were actually like under the impression that they're going to go there to chill.
I'm sure some people were in on it, but yeah, I feel like he did have some people on there that were just like, this is a serious interview, not at all a comedy show that's on Comedy Central with you playing a caricature.
But yeah, I mean, like the Daily Show, like always hit that sweet spot for me, and the Colbert Report just usually fell flat.
Yeah, I could see that. I always favored the Daily Show, but.
And even now, like now it's just even worse because his entire joke is Trump, like all the time, all the fucking time.
Colbert.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what my problem is too, and I get it. Like it's a well that never really runs dry, but it's not very funny.
No. I mean, like, the jokes themselves are funny the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe the second time. I'll even give you the third time. And then after that, I need something more.
You know what I've wanted for a little while now? Like, we've gotten past the caricature Trump. I want a actual good, like, Trump impression. Like, I can do the fake news thing too, where you do it kind of nasally. But Trump doesn't actually talk like that. Like his intonations are like that, but he doesn't sound like this.
Somebody has to be able to do it. There's so many people practicing all the time.
Well, Alec Baldwin does a pretty good one of him. He did a lot when Trump was first in office, but like I feel like Colbert and a lot of people, they just do the caricature Trump, and I want like a actual good, like one-to-one Trump. You know what I mean?
I guess so, yeah.
And all that stuff. I just that's what I want. I want the next level Trump.
There's a cartoon out. I don't know if they're still making episodes of it, but I think it's called My Cartoon President. Okay. And it's about Donald Trump.
Oh, I've never heard
of this. It's a comedy cartoon about Donald Trump to make fun of him. But he's the main character of the show, which I think is a terrible idea because like people, whenever they write stuff, they usually fall in love with their main characters. Like I feel like
except for BoJack.
I think the people that write BoJack do like BoJack.
You think so?
Yeah.
But he's like not like I haven't watched the last couple seasons, but he was always kind of like they always end the season with him doing something terrible that just like completely ruins his own life and is completely self-destructive.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe they can stay to not loving Trump, but I just feel like writing a show where Trump is the main character will just make you like Trump.
Oh, I mean it's possible. I mean, you probably don't know this because you don't watch a lot of TV, or at least old TV, but I watched this reviewer one time. We talked about there was a show that they had on pilot called what was it called? Is it Honey, I'm Hitler or Heil, I'm Home or something like that? Okay. And it was a sitcom about Hitler in the modern day, but it's like Hitler's goofy. And like it's like I Love Lucy, but Lucy is Hitler.
Huh? Does he have his own talk show?
No. It's like I Love Lucy, where it's like him living at home doing like normal stuff. Yeah, but it's Hitler.
That's funny.
Yeah, okay. But it never made it past like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
like that
that's what the world needs.
It's Hitler.
Yeah.
Anyways, off of that tangent, do you want to go back to the news? Which one's fake news?
Right. Yeah. Which one's fake news? So yeah, we're back to Danish liberals seduce voters on Pornhub. This is by China Daily.
Okay.
With the Danish election general looming on June 5th, libertarian politician Joachim Olsen, whatever, has found a clever way of winning his fellow Danes, hearts and minds by placing a campaign ad on Pornhub, a popular adult website.
This is real, by the way. Just
Yeah.
a reminder.
I feel like that's something I would do.
And again, it works up until you're actually in a position of power.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm not gonna read through the whole thing, but online banners by the Liberal Alliance seen by Pornhub users now feature a smiling 41-year-old politician with the campaign, "When you finish jacking off, vote for Jockey." Oh God. Oh man.
Nice.
I feel like if I saw that, I'd vote for the guy.
Yeah.
If somebody in Canada did that, I'm like, that's my man.
No policies needed.
Whatever his policies are, I'm sure they're the right ones. I don't even need to hear them.
He's got a good head on his shoulders. That's all I need to know.
He's willing to take a joke. That's we need that in a fucking leader.
Yeah.
We must be where the Danes are. All to explain. So Olsen explained in an interview with the Danish daily Politiken, which I guess is some political newspaper.
Okay.
Pornhub allows targeted ads based on the public's interest. Not these kinds of interest, but all right. Olsen chose to place his ad in the soft category, saying that he and his campaign has tried to hit there where the Danes are the most. So I guess
analytics show the Danish
go to the softcore porn category. Why would you go to Pornhub for softcore porn?
I think it's just that there's categories. It's like if they were searching up lots of redhead.
Yeah, okay.
Or MILF.
I feel like Twitch is a better place to go for softcore porn.
But it's not softcore porn. It's not porn.
Well, but softcore porn is just basically seeing a hot girl but with clothes on, right? And not actually doing anything sexual. Yeah, I guess so. But it's just tight clothes. I guess that's it's form-fitting.
I guess that's how they're getting away with it on Pornhub by putting the ads out, is that it's not on explicit.
Yeah,
shit.
Maybe.
It's semi-explicit. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, my point is that's basically what Twitch Thots are. But
yeah, I guess so.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I can tell by the way you're saying that you're just being agreeable, and you actually do have a problem with it.
What are you talking? I love Twitch Thots. Twitch Thots are like a god's gift to humanity.
No, man. They're just one more cock tease to make some dude shoot up a fucking school.
Well, I mean, that's still the dude's fault.
Yeah, I know, but
he shouldn't be giving all his money.
There shouldn't be so many thoughts out there.
And we need more thoughts. No, we need more. We need to figure out whatever the maximum capacity of thought is and reach that.
No. Because we're going to have low standards of thought.
So you want less thoughts so that whatever is there are high quality thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to see a bunch of low quality thoughts.
Yeah.
I get low quality thoughts walking around during the summer.
It's
What
true.
the fuck do I need that on the internet and then pay for it?
That's an accurate
fuck that,
point.
dude.
Okay. Okay, so this is one of the comments. Joachim, this is nothing less than brilliant. One commenter wrote on the ad, I suppose. Even the Liberal Alliance's political rivals appreciated the trick. The only thing that annoys me is that I wasn't the first one to get this done. Oh. Anders Stolmholm, whatever, of the Green Alternative Party admitted. Oh, so Anders is sad that he wasn't the first one to think of it. Okay. Yeah.
Still, this one made the news, so fuck the other dude.
Fuck the other dude. Last comment. Others, however, were far less supportive. Sick joke for people with a clownish attitude to democracy, one person said.
Oh, please.
Yeah, fuck off. Get off your fucking high horse. That one person.
Taking yourself way too seriously, and then you get caught sucking some dude off in a fucking bathroom after you ban fucking gay people from getting married.
Yeah, fuck off. Let's see. So where's the one that you guessed? It's in here somewhere. All right. So this is from The Onion. Local parents struggling to find school with high quality drag queens, or in Shane's case, high quality thoughts.
No, that's different. But all
right. Okay. It's in Norfolk, VA. What would VA be? It's got to be somewhere in the States.
Virginia?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, whatever. Saying it was never too early to begin instilling the values they believe in, liberal parents Christopher and Stacy confirmed Friday that they were struggling to find a school district with high-quality drag queens. We're committed to finding a school system that has well-paid, skilled drag queens who can provide our son with the kind of education he needs to be successful, said Christopher. Oh, man. Well,
Virginia, yeah.
It is Virginia. Okay. Well, they want some high-quality drag queens. I don't even know what they want the drag queens to do, though. Like, to just be teachers?
I would think that it was like a drag queen program.
Yeah, that's what my instinct is as well. But let's read on. Adding that the child's current school has a ratio of only 1 drag queen for every 32 students. That's a shit ton of drag queens.
Yeah, especially at a school that we went to like a school with 2,000 students or some shit like that. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Well, mind you, 1 for every 32 students. That's about 1 per classroom.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Leaving little time for one-on-one instruction.
That's literally like the problem teachers are having.
I think that's what they're alluding to. Yeah, it is a fake article after all.
Yeah, good point. Onion's pretty good about that.
We want Caleb to have access to a wide variety of styles: fish drag, camp queens, activists. I don't even know. Actives. Here you go. Okay, sorry, I'll point it out to you. Where is it? That word there. I can't seem to say that word.
Oh, that might be a typo.
Oh, you think so?
Activessels?
Okay. I don't know.
God damn it, that is a weird... Why do we keep finding weird words and typos when all these freaking journals... Whatever.
Well, by the end of this, we'll have a better vocabulary.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I hope so, fuck. Stumble over and fucking slur my words all the time.
My reading for this is getting better.
Yeah. I realized that I've got to start actually reading books again because I can't fucking look at words and read them properly.
Man, I just do audiobooks. I just find them so much better. And you get through them faster, too.
I feel like that would be a good start for me.
Yeah. Okay. Not just the same old busted Tina Turner impersonator he has now. So he has his own drag queen.
Nice.
Okay, anyways, let's just end that now. There's no need to finish that article. Okay.
It wasn't from NBC Daily for once.
Yeah, no. The Onion this time. Yeah. The Onion's always the first one I go to, but The Onion's just very good about making theirs really wild, and I have a hard time finding articles from them.
For that being my second choice, it was the high quality, so it's the attention to detail they were good at.
Man who tried to fight grizzly bear in Banff National Park fined $4,000.
Yeah, totally plausible.
Yeah. Who fights a grizzly bear?
People. I mean, dude, there was that one dude who killed a cougar or a tiger or whatever with his bare hands. So everyone thinks they can fucking take on wild animals.
To be fair, I think a grizzly bear is a lot tougher.
Oh yeah, for sure. But people are stupid. Okay. They're gonna up the ante. People like, that guy took out a fucking tiger. I could take out a fucking bear.
Then
I do jujitsu. I can take out a bear.
I do jujitsu.
I'm gonna put that fucking bear in a headlock and just put him to sleep.
These are all things Joe Rogan says.
No. Joe Rogan says, if you don't have a gun, don't fuck with bears.
Stay away. There was that, what is it? He had that one guest that almost got mauled by a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Where he had a gun on him, but the gun wasn't, I don't know what the word is.
It jammed or something like that. And then the bear tossed him over his shoulder and threw him into a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just left him or something. But that was probably the best scenario he could have hoped for. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this is from, what is this? RMO Today.
Okay.
Let's see. It's not every day that a man tries to fight a grizzly bear. That's a fairly accurate statement.
Yeah.
But it appears that what happened in Banff National Park. Oh, this is in 2015, but the article is recently. Do I have the date on it?
On the article or the
I don't
dude
have
fighting bear.
The dude fought the bear in 2015.
Okay.
So this is a story about that, I suppose. Devin Mitsuing.
It took him 4 years to get fined $4,000 for fighting a bear.
I don't know if that's
what a waste of time.
I don't know if that's gonna work on him because he fought the bear knowing he could die. I'm not entirely certain what fining him $4,000 is.
Well, because it's a national park, so it belongs to the government. So if the government says you can't kill a bear, you can't do poaching. You can't do poaching.
I hope his goal wasn't poaching.
No, I'm just saying that as a reference.
I get what you... Okay. It's basically... He broke the rules.
Generally, when you go into a park, it's a how do they put it? Like a stable ecosystem,
Yeah,
and
you're not allowed
humans
to do
aren't supposed to
shit.
fuck with it at
Yeah.
all. Like you're not even supposed to take a shit out in the
No.
wild.
You're not supposed to bring anything in. You're not supposed to take anything
Pretty
out.
much.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be pretty like no footprint whatsoever. So to be like I'm actively looking for bears, and I'm also looking to actively antagonize the bears to fight them. I'm sure it would piss off anyone who's part of like the community there.
Maybe the bear antagonized him.
I mean, maybe that's possible, but I don't think so.
And then the dude was just like, "Oh no, I'm not letting this guy intimidate me."
You're a guest in the bear's forest, and you should respect the bear and walk the fuck away.
So he got out of his truck shirtless.
Yeah, he was looking for a fight.
And began shouting at the young grizzly while in a boxing stance before charging at it, according to eyewitnesses to the incident.
So stupid.
Shirtless. Ah!
What did it say what the bear did?
I don't know. Okay, hold on. Okay. 2 witnesses were called to the stand. One of the photographers captured the incident, and the park's warden who had charged Mitsuing. Let's see. British Columbia photographer Thomas Murray O'Neill said that they had been taking pictures of the bear on the Icefield Parkways near Peyto Lake for approximately an hour on June 5th when the truck with a red Saskatchewan license plate pulled up. So yeah, it looks like he was just looking for a fight. I mean, he just showed up.
Told you.
Yeah.
Dumb humans looking up the ante, doing stupid shit.
So this guy just drives up somewhere, he sees a bear, and his first thought is, I gotta fight that.
Yeah, well.
Okay, well.
Again, not surprised.
I would be so nervous. I feel like I would be so nervous. I wouldn't even back up.
That's not you.
Yeah.
That's not you, though. You don't, you don't drive a big red truck.
No, I don't.
And you're not from Saskatchewan.
No.
Setting has well, not setting, but like.
Saskatchewan people are tougher.
No, not necessarily, but I was going to say more like, environment matters to how your attitude is going to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I feel like you just don't have that.
No, I don't have
wanting
that.
to fuck with bears.
No. Like I said, I would be too afraid to back up for fear of the noise of me backing up would startle the bear. I'd be like, turn everything off. I'm going to just be as fucking quiet as possible and just duck.
This might be bad advice, but I heard the best way to run away from a bear is run downhill.
Really?
Yeah, because they have so much back weight that they end up like tumbling over themselves.
God, so as long as I'm not in the way of the tumble, then I'll be fine.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. There's trees and shit. They might get like roll and hit a tree or something.
Okay. But if I do get hit by the tumble, then I'm done.
Oh yeah, but you'll tumble with the bear, so hopefully you'll separate at some point.
Yeah, and if I survive that, I'll have a story.
Yeah,
there we go. All right, I think we've gotten enough out of that one. I don't want to read this article.
Still took 4 years for him to get fined.
Yeah.
$4,000. What a waste of time. Should have just let him get killed by the fucking grizzly. The problem would have been solved.
Yeah, no, that would have been a much more fitting punishment.
The coroner shows up. He got fucked by a bear. Done. Report done.
Man spends £30,000 fighting £100 speeding ticket. Let's see. A man has spent £30,000 of his savings on a failed legal battle, so he didn't even succeed.
That sucks.
For justice over a £100 speeding fine, so he still has to pay the £100. Richard Keedwells, 71, said a seriously flawed legal system meant fighting the fine had taken nearly 3 years and used up his son's inheritance money. Oh man, that's actually kind of sad.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Again, another example of dumb humans doing dumb human stuff. It was funny up until someone else got suffering.
Yeah. He claimed he was wrongly clocked doing 35 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour zone on a day trip to Worcester in 2016.
Who the fuck wrote that article? That doesn't make any sense. If he's in England, they're not using miles per hour. They're using kilometers per hour. So whoever wrote that article is writing it like a fucking idiot.
I know it was the BBC who wrote it. BBC.
That's stupid, dude. Unless I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure all of Europe does kilometers, and America is one of the only places.
We use kilometers, so Europe has to use kilometers as well.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. No, that's right. Well, maybe it's possible the guns that they use were made in America, so they reference the speed guns. I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, to track the speed. So maybe they default.
That
to
seems like a
miles
bit
per
of a
hour.
stretch.
You think so?
I think so, because
Yeah.
I have like a heat gun at work that does like lasers
Yeah.
that tests the heat, but even that has like Fahrenheit and Celsius.
That's true. Actually, it would be like every appliance I have now has an option to switch
Yeah,
from one.
so
So I don't know. Yeah.
I think
kinda
whoever wrote that, or maybe it was just a translation error.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, 35 would be whatever. Continue. Never mind.
This has always kind of like confused me. Like, how do you fight something like that? How do you like? There should be some kind of way to be like to prove that you weren't driving at that speed. I don't know what, but
Yeah, I'm not really sure what, because the idea is that the officer is supposed to have the tools equipped to charge you. It's not like you didn't do a breathalyzer on me.
Yeah, but like, how do you
charge me with a DUI?
But like, how do you even? What if you were to argue that like it's possible the equipment malfunctioned during that one time?
Well, I mean, I guess the idea is that you could argue it. How do I put this? You argue it from a reasonable standpoint. Like, yeah, I was speeding, but it was also during the day and nobody else was on the road, and it was a straight, and if anyone would have seen, I would have had ample time to stop, and there was no cars that were going to be in the way. Like, there would be almost no way for there to be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, speeding in a school. I'm not saying that you should, but speeding in the school zone, right? But it's during the summer and school's not in.
Yes.
It's like, so there's no real danger.
No.
Right.
Although I think that's actually maybe it's still not legal because there is summer school.
Because why would they put speed bumps in there?
Well, for the rest of the year, they're not going to take out the speed bumps only for summer.
Yeah, but then why put in the city would never do anything unless it was like something that they wanted to enforce all the time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I just feel like they wouldn't put speed bumps in just for the school year time. And then
I don't know. You're talking about kids here.
I suppose. Yeah, people do everything for the kids.
Yeah, fuck the kids, man.
That's all right.
I just want some way to be able to prove. Like, I wish there was a way that maybe with smart cars in the future, whenever the smart cars detect themselves having being read from one of those devices.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they can also just record the speed at that time, just so it can be corroborated.
That would probably be something.
Hey, my car said I wasn't going at that speed.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with your equipment?
So many more people are going to be caught lying, though. Bring that shit in. My car's lying, sir. It's malfunctioning.
People would probably just that'd probably be like something you could easily just program where it always just gets read at that speed. Anyways. So yeah, he claimed he was wrongly clocked at 35 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour zone on a day trip to Worcester. The Crown Prosecution Services said the case involved multiplicity of issues, which added to its length. Retired engineer claimed he was certainly not doing more than 30 miles per hour. He said, I was very, very surprised a couple days later when I got the notice of impending prosecution. I really could not believe that I had been speeding. It made it a simple day turn out to be very sour.
Yeah. I don't know why you spent $30,000 though.
Let's see. Mr. Keedwell said he expected a case would be fairly quick, but had spent the best part of $30,000, including about $21,000 in barrister's fees and $7,000 in court costs, as well as travel expenses. It seemed like he said, "I want to fight this," and they said, "Okay, here's the rest of the fees associated with that. You can't take it back now." Oh. That's they don't explicitly say that, but that's my interpretation here.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case, because that's super bullshit.
Yeah. Here's the bill. Too bad you can't back down now.
Yeah, you already said it. I was gonna fight a ticket once. I forgot what it was for. Fuck. Yeah, I can't remember what it was for. But I went to the fucking courthouse because I remember you told me you had done that.
Yeah.
And I said, if I were to fight this and fail, would there be any penalties for that? And the person there said, I don't know the answer to that.
I don't think it is. I don't think you can get charged unless something is revealed. But generally, those are pretty small proceedings. Mm-hmm. But if in the event that something is brought to light that makes you look more guilty, it's possible that you can be charged with something else. Mm-hmm. But the judge generally, when you're, what's the word? When you're challenging a ticket, is only there to basically, the judge is there just to make a judgment on you challenging the ticket.
Yeah, okay.
Technically, you still did the crime, but you're there to either like prove that you aren't at fault or that there is some other exterior
guilty until proven innocent. What a shitty system.
Yeah, well, for petty crimes at least.
Yeah.
Until it doesn't matter, and then you're guilty anyways.
Doesn't matter. Did you hear about the female Monopoly or feminist Monopoly game that just came out?
Very, very briefly heard about it. And the women get paid more?
Yeah, they start out with more, and they get more when pass and go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but just like Hasbro, like this game to me seems like it's trying to insult women more.
I guess so, giving them a handicap.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just like we think women are worse than men, so we're gonna help them out more. Like when I read the new rules for it, I was like, I'd be kind of insulted if this was the case for me.
Also, if they're gonna do that for a Monopoly game, because they do so many theme Monopolies, why not just go all out on the fucking identitarian political ideological movement and just like totally just scrap the whole capitalist system?
Oh, they did do socialism Monopoly.
Yeah, I know, but like just have fucking brownie points as like doesn't really matter how much your thing costs because you can just get a chance card as be like, you said nigger 5 years ago and it got caught on tape. You now lose 2 properties.
That would be a fucking dope ass version of Monopoly.
Sell those houses, bitch.
Somebody needs to do like the social justice Monopoly or something.
That'd be fucking brutal.
Just to parody Hasbro and just make it stuff like that. Do you remember their socialism Monopoly and how big
I've
a
never
shit show
played
that
it.
was?
No.
Well, socialism and Monopoly don't go very well together because socialism is basically communism.
Yeah, and like Monopoly is the most aggressive form of capitalism ever.
It's such a hyperly aggressive capitalism that I don't think anything in real life actually compares to it.
Because no one just gives you $200 for doing nothing. Yeah. No one just starts you off with $1,500.
Yeah. I remember back in high school and some people said Monopoly was like a super realistic game. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It might be in the sense of like trading and stuff like that, but even then that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I've never actually finished a game of Monopoly.
Oh, really? Yeah. I have. But also, you don't just get randomly sent to jail for no reason.
Well, no, because, I mean, ideally, if I'm correct, towards the end of the game, you want to be in jail, right?
Yeah, to avoid moving. Yeah. It's kind of dumb, but yeah, that is a strategy.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'd be terrible at Monopoly.
It's just random chance, basically.
Well,
a lot of it comes down to random chance, and sometimes you can make deals with people, but a lot of the time it's just random chance.
I was reading on like the best Monopoly strategies because it is, what's the word I'm trying to look for? It's a played game. Yeah, like people,
every game there's someone has an angle with it.
Yeah, and supposedly the best strategy is to just buy every property that you can right off the bat.
So you have bargaining power.
Yeah, don't worry about like
the initial cost.
No, don't worry about like trying to get 3 of like a single place. Oh, okay. Like, don't try to worry about monopolizing a place yet. Just whenever you land on a property you can buy, just fucking buy it.
Yeah, because if you can stop other people from monopolizing, then that makes you have a like power over them basically.
Yes,
because they can't like the game only gets stupid when you start landing on shit and you have to pay $600 out of your pocket every single time you land somewhere. But if you're just paying 22 out, it's pennies. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, and it's also I don't remember why, because to me it doesn't make a lot of sense. But supposedly there's a statistically higher chance that people will land on your property if your property's spread out through the board. Like it's higher than if you just have
blocks?
that rather than if you just have like a block of property, even if it's the same amount. Yeah, you have a higher chance of people landing on your shit if it's spread out more.
Yeah, that's why I like the railroads and
the railroads are good
because you have one on every zone. There's a guaranteed chance, and if people keep rolling like solid 10s, like they land on one, then roll 10 again, it's like they should keep hitting it. There.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I don't know shit about Monopoly. I always get too bored by the end of it, where I'm just like, can someone just take my money? Who wants my money?
I'm far too competitive. I gotta win every fucking board game I play. Well, that's why I like cooperative games, because I don't have to be competitive. I have to be competitive to win for the team.
Oh, yes.
I'm much Smite. Well, no, like board games specifically, but yeah, Smite like that too. I'd rather play with people for a common goal than play against my friends and stuff like that. Like, it's fun to do 1v1s every once in a while, but
Yeah.
most of the time I like cooperative play.
Yeah, fair enough. I just like games that are a challenge, which you've mentioned you like too.
Yeah.
It's like Smite. I don't want to win a game super easily. I want to fucking struggle. I want to get to the end.
Yeah. I want at least some challenge. I want to be able to pull some cool moves and stuff like that. You can't pull cool moves against scrubs because they get crushed too easy.
Yeah, they get crushed way too easily. Yeah. I want to be able to like get angry and shit.
Speaking of Smite, they have announced that there's PS4 crossplay coming.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Sony finally agreed to it?
Yeah. So you're going to have to start playing Smite again. Like really playing Smite.
Whatever. I can really play Smite. How does that work with group chat, do you know?
I think it'll be just like the Switch. Or you in game.
So and that would work, I suppose. Yeah. Is that how you chat? No, because we chatted in Discord before.
Oh, it's true. We did chat on Discord.
So I can't remember. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Hopefully,
we might have to do in game.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. Oh, but you don't use in game. You use PSN party chat.
Yeah, it's
right?
because I'm usually playing with people.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so.
But we could just mute the other people in the game or whatever if we have to.
Well, I mean, you would mute them because I wouldn't have access to that.
Fine, I'd have to talk them into talking in game chat. But it's an easy fix. We'll work it out.
Yeah.
You don't play that much Smite or games in general anyways. So.
I play my mobile games, which are intense.
Baby bitch games.
Baby bitch games. Can I complain about it, though?
Well, if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen or give you any validation, but you can complain about it.
Because it's fucking bullshit. I'm trying to beat the new challenge now.
What, Yu-Gi-Oh?
Not Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball.
Oh.
The way it works is I have like, I've collected, let's say, over 100 characters. And in this challenge, there's 10 levels.
Yeah.
You can only use a character once per level. Okay. Or not per level, once altogether throughout the entire challenge. And the idea is when you fight the NPCs, the bots and everything, they're stacked against you like crazy.
Okay.
And so you're supposed to use multiple... You're supposed to
run through
them
a
over
couple
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because their health stays the same at the end of the battle.
Okay.
So, like, if you lose the battle to them, whatever damage you've done is still there. The damage they take is still dealt. So the idea is you just run through your characters to try to beat the level and then the next level and choose your characters wisely because, like I said, you can only use them once for the entire event.
Yeah.
In the last level, I'm at the last part of the last stage of the event, and the boss character that I'm trying to beat recovers pretty much his entire health through his main ability.
Yeah. And
even my ultimate attack cannot whatever my ultimate attacks do, he heals past it.
Oh jeez.
So I've run through almost every character trying to beat him and he's still pretty much at full health. And it's fucking bullshit.
Is it just out of your level and you're fighting with low level dudes? Or?
No, I've maxed out my character. All of my characters I'm bringing into it are maxed out. It's just that the amount of damage I do is just not enough.
Do you look it up at all? See what other people have done? Or
yeah, what other people have done is they just use their ultimate ability on him and immediately quit the match.
Oh.
And then they just use another set of characters, ultimate ability, quit the match.
Oh, Jesus.
Because then he won't have time to heal past it.
Because then the match restarts and you get the first hit or
something like that.
Damn. That's cheesy as fuck.
I'm kind of salty. I have to restart the whole event now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long. It's like maybe 3 to 4 hours of playing to get there.
That sucks. Yeah. That super sucks, dude.
I don't know. Oh, I'll get there. So.
That's like me fucking losing a whole bunch of Stellaris because I forgot to save or some bullshit.
Oh, and you need to. Does Stellaris not have autosave?
Yeah, it does. But I'm just saying that's stupid as fuck. Like losing 3 hours, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a game where like that happens now because it doesn't have autosave where you're like, whoops, I forgot to save, so I lost 3 hours, like an RPG or something.
Yeah, well, it'd have to be an RPG. Like fucking Hollow Knight might do that to you.
No, because Hollow Knight, every time you die, it saves. Every time you do anything, it saves.
Oh.
Dark Souls is like that too. It's like you touch something with your your hand touched a wall, autosave.
Okay. What about Dead Cells?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really. Oh yeah, no. That saves really easily because you can be in the middle of a level and just quit.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever done that. I only ever quit at the end of the levels, yeah.
I started doing that, completing the level and not stopping in the middle because I did that a couple times where I'm like, okay, what am I doing now? And then 1, 2, get hit, dead.
Okay. Yeah, you're not back in the groove.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
be in the middle of like in between levels.
Mhm.
It's a lot easier to get back in the groove. A little more paced.
Well, what else has happened?
I mean, I can talk a little bit about Borderlands 3, but there's not much. I'm only at level 15.
Yeah, you chose the Siren again. Siren's
Yeah.
your main bitch. She's actually, I mean, I've only played the second one, but my default character was the Siren as well.
I just have a tradition since the first game to play the Siren.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'd probably be the same as you, but
I wanted to play the Gunner, the one with the mech.
Mm-hmm.
She looks pretty good too, Maz. And the Operative also looks pretty cool.
Which one is the Summoner?
The Beastmaster?
Yeah.
Flak.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might go for that one when I get the game.
It's pretty cool. One of my friends was playing Flak, and she had a Skag,
Mm-hmm.
and then like her action ability, because you can just have the Skag there.
Mm-hmm.
Her action ability is like it juices the Skag, and then it gets an AoE field around it.
Shit, that's
and
dope.
And then she had a mutation for it where it grew like horns, and it like would charge into people and throw them into the air and shit.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, and so there's a couple different animals you can summon, but the Operative can remove his grenade slot and then put a secondary action skill.
Oh, can you?
Because each tree has a different action skill. So with the Siren, one of them is she jumps up in the air a little bit and then slams the ground.
Yeah.
And then there's a ring of fists that come out around her.
Yeah.
Another one is she makes a giant fist come out of the ground and grab somebody, so it's kind of like Maya's.
Okay.
But it's more like stationary.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other one is, I think she sends like an astral projection forward. But I've never seen it in action yet, because I haven't played with a lot of people, and I don't have it yet. Where it like shoots through, like it's a line attack, but it's an astral projection. So that's where you start, and then you go down the tree, and then there's secondary augments. So the one I told you about where it's a ring, now, like I was showing you, it's corrosive, because I've gone down the tree.
And it's a line attack.
And now it's a line attack, where a line of fists come up and punch.
Which, I mean, you're not a fan of it. I do feel like it's better.
It might be better a little bit tactically, but like the way that I'm speccing her out is that I want to be in like close range anyways. Okay. Like I literally have an ability that makes my guns do like 30% more damage the closer I get to them.
Oh shit.
Like, closer I get to my enemies. Yeah. So it's like, why wouldn't I want to be close to people?
Yeah, okay. I mean, in that regard, yeah.
That's why I was using it, because it's like I would use my action skill to get in the middle of people and then activate a bunch of my passive abilities that come off my action skill. And then be already close to people and bang, 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 they're all dead and shit like that. So I try to do a little bit of comboing like that, even though it's early. But it's fun.
You can just respec whenever you want to.
Yeah, that's the benefit of it. It's pretty good so far. I want to get higher level, crazier guns.
What's the max level in that game?
I think 75.
Oh shit, what was in Borderlands 2? I want to say it was 60 or 59.
Something like that. Maybe more with DLC, but... Yeah, something like that. They don't go to 100 for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you next week if I think it's shitty or anything. I did read a review that was like Borderlands 3, more of the same Borderlands, and I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Pretty accurate. They did do some like quality of life things when it comes to like having multiple action skills. Like I said, every tree has its own individual action skill, which I do appreciate. Gives a little more flavor to the character you're playing, rather than every single person that plays that character does the exact same thing with like minor adjustments. Now you have a little bit more of a major adjustment with minor adjustments included to it. That's better. Yeah. And the guns are a little bit more, I don't want to say nuanced necessarily, because that's giving it a little too much, but I like the gun customization. Like the first game, it was kind of like just like the idea that there are different gun manufacturers, and then that's about it. And like that was more aesthetic. Second game was more like they have specific quirks. No, it was like that in the second one. You did say second. I thought you were going from second to third. No, the first one. Okay. First one had a bunch of like game mechanics that they hadn't fully like figured out how they wanted to implement it. Yeah. For example, in the first game, certain characters were better with certain guns. Just right off the rip. Oh, okay. Like the Siren was better with SMGs. than other characters.
Weird.
Were as good with SMGs,
Yeah.
but also while using certain guns, you could level up your passive skill with that particular gun set. So by the end of like my top tier Siren in the first game,
yeah,
her reload speed was like plus 100% reload speed.
damn.
So like with SMGs, she would just be like, click.
Oh yeah,
and then
okay.
back to fighting.
Yeah.
Or like her accuracy is really good at SMGs, but pull out a pistol and she's gonna be like waving all over the place, right?
Yeah.
In the second game, they got rid of that and just had you can use any gun you want, which I can appreciate. But I like my RPGs. Like I said that before about Oblivion and Skyrim. I like Oblivion because you're more in a box with a more RPG element.
Yeah.
Whereas Skyrim's like
more specific path you want to go.
Exactly. Whereas Skyrim's like more open ended. You can just do whatever the fuck you want.
I prefer that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because you're fucking filthy casual.
I am a filthy cash.
And this one, they made the gun manufacturers have a little bit more consistency to them. So, for example, Hyperion weapons always have a shield that comes up when you ADS.
Okay.
So there's a little bit more consistency to it, but there is a lot of like variables to it. So, for example, I was telling you that some guns have an alternate fire, but not every gun has the same alternate fire. So,
yeah, you did mention
like a
that.
pistol. Yeah. I have two different pistols where I've had two different pistols.
Fucking
one
rocket pistol.
Yeah, one was a pistol and then shoots mini rockets.
Yeah.
And then one was a pistol and then it has a taser.
Yeah.
So it's like even in that it has dual function. It's not just, oh, it just does this other thing too. It always does this second thing. Now even the second thing is a variable.
Yeah.
So I like that. It's
that's pretty dope. Yeah. I agree. That's pretty cool.
And I can imagine that when you get to high level and you have multiple modifiers stacking on top of each other, you're going to have a gun that does multiple quirky things.
Oh, do you think so?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the old games, they had like the red text and stuff like that, where it was like a word or a sentence or something that was ambiguous, but it did a specific thing. And then there's the gun manufacturer, and then there's what the gun actually does, and then whatever skills you have. So there's so much customization that could possibly be on the table. So I'm interested to see.
We'll see what happens in that regard. Yeah.
But so far it's fun. It's definitely a game that I have more fun playing with people than playing by myself, though. That's the one thing that sucks.
I'll probably get it at some point.
Yeah.
Do you know if that's going to be cross-plat or no?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
It might be. I think Gearbox has been pushing for that kind of stuff, but I don't actually know. Maybe I can look it up real quick. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have too much in depth for Borderlands 3, but so far it's pretty fun. No real complaints.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Maybe once it comes out on Steam. Because I think it's right now only on the Epic Store.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Gearbox, for fucking me over like that.
Nope. No crossplay.
Fuck you, Gearbox, for no crossplay.
Working on it. That's what they say.
Okay, so they're
committed to it. Is that what they say? But we'll see what actually comes of it.
I don't think I did a trigger yet. I mean, I did bitch about the game. There was a trigger I wanted to bring in and I totally forgot. So I'm just looking through my list of triggers that I can talk about. And I do have one here that I would like to bitch about.
I mean, if you want to go for it.
Okay. So this one bothers me, and I see it all the time on Facebook. And it's about introverts incessantly posting about how different they are, or like the reason people are introverts is because of all these positive aspects. Yeah. Fucking fuck off with that shit. Yeah. I am one of the most introverted people I know, and I hate this shit so much whenever I see it.
I just don't like when people like explain their personality to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm this type of person and shit like that. It's like, then just do that.
Just do that.
Just do the things, and then I'll infer from the things that you do and say that you're this type of person.
These things, whenever I see it, it just reads to me or sounds to me like they're just sucking their own dick. It's
they want self-validation.
Yeah. I'm not an introvert because there's something wrong with me. I'm an introvert because of all these good qualities that I have. Yeah.
Yeah, you know? I don't like reading those type of articles too, because it's like, I do those things too, where it's like I do very specific things, and I'll come across an article where it's like, people who have a hard time socializing at parties are actually highly intelligent. I'll just be like, this is so hard pandering. I don't even want to read this.
This is dumb as shit.
This is supposed to be like patting myself on the back with this article, but I don't even want to read it because I know it's just pandering.
It's just dick sucking, man.
Yeah, no.
Fucking no. Okay? I am not sucking that dick. Other people may want to suck that dick. That is not a dick I am sucking.
Yeah, well, you're doing good for yourself. I feel like people who fall into that shit, it's just, again...
Well, like, sometimes when I see people post that shit, I'm just like, you are not an introvert. Like,
there's that too, yeah.
You frequently go out and, like interact with people. Like, what are you talking about?
When people are actively countering themselves.
Yeah. You're just like fucking pretending. You just want to have problems that you don't have. Which I don't know why.
Because everyone's a hypochondriac these days, and it's self-diagnosis and shit like that. Everyone has autism or is depressed is the one that I always or the people who say
everyone's fucking depressed.
Or people who say that they have anxiety problems, but like anxiety is more than just not like wanting to go do things and being a pussy for social situations. It's like that's not anxiety.
That's not anxiety.
That's you being a pussy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Anxiety has a couple more factors to it than just that.
Because I've experienced these things, so it's kind of annoying to me. Although now I just sound like an SJW. Like they need to stay out of my sphere.
No, it's just, but it's so widespread. You can't tell me every single fucking person. Like, people go to clubs all the time. People go to parties. People go to fucking. Shows and stuff where they're in social settings all the time, and then the next minute, like you said, they'll be posting on Facebook but how they're introverted and stuff like that, and how they want to stay home. It's like, then just stay home.
Just stay home. Then why didn't you fucking stay home?
But clearly you have the gumption and the ability to go out.
Yeah.
So why say that you're this type of person when clearly all your actions are of a completely different person that you're not talking about right now?
Yeah, they just want to, I guess,
feel special by having a negative aspect of their personality, even though they're in denial about it being negative, but then they're using the negativity as a way to be more interesting. I guess
because like extroversionness is from, I don't know how to explain this because I need to choose my words carefully, even though I'm not going to because I'm lazy. Extroversionness is seen slightly like a negative trait to people. They're just like, oh, you're having a good time, and that's like a bad thing.
Or they see it as you're like loud and obnoxious.
Yeah, something like that, which it's not that. And if you're an extrovert, that's fine. But like, don't fucking just pretend to be an introvert when you're not. And even if you are, stop sucking your own dick about like being so amazing because you're an introvert.
It's like you clearly are acknowledging that it is a debilitating thing if it's a real thing, and you're falling into your introversionness, but by patting yourself on the back about how great introverts are and how special they are and unique they are, it's like you're not really addressing the problem that is holding you back from doing all the things because you're an introvert in the first place.
Doubling down.
Yeah, you're just giving yourself an easy out for a lack of responsibility to do something better with your life.
Well, I'm glad you could agree with my trigger this time.
I mean, I occasionally do.
Occasionally, yeah. All right, well...
do you want to plug the email? Gmail?
So, if you ever want to tell us how fucked up we are, how dumb we are...
Or if you just want to ask us a question or something that you want us to talk about in the podcast.
Yeah.
We're all ears.
His thing. Let's do his thing. Then you can email us at overtlydisagreeable@gmail.com. If there's enough, then at some point we'll probably open a Discord. The cat just meowed. So please do let us know if you want to send in messages. I guess record it on your computer, and we'll try to play it. I'll just probably play it on my phone and onto the mic.
Let's try for just a generic, nice, well-typed email with a few spelling errors, and then we'll work on the recording. If you want to send us a recording, give it a shot, but there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to play it right now.
I mean, I'll try. If you have more errors in your spelling than what we normally read in our news articles, I'll make fun of you. Yeah, I don't know if he will, but I will.
I mean, I probably will because it's anonymous enough.
Yeah.
But know that it's in good spirit.
Yeah, in good spirit.
Because you're not a journalist, and I'm not making fun of you for having no fucking backbone.
I mean, if you are a journalist, then what? Like, what if a journalist just wants to research us just so
but
they
it's
can call us
different.
Nazis?
If it's different when you're not doing the journalism work and writing an article that has a fucking bunch of bullshit in it, then I'm asking a question to a bunch of fucking idiots.
Okay. Anyways, okay. I'm going to get back to the point and away from this derail. If you have any questions or just want to talk to us or compliment us or shit on us, just email us at overtlydisagreeable@gmail.com.
All right.
Anyways, I open, so you close. If you have any words of wisdom.
I do have one that's relevant to this podcast.
What?
Don't fuck with bears.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good
Feel
word
like
of wisdom.
It's self-evident, but I'm just going to reinforce it.
Well,
right
you know,
here.
not everyone, clearly.
Yeah.
So
Don't fuck with bears. Even if you have a big red truck, you're from Saskatchewan, and you're yelling confidently at it as you're charging.
shirtless.
Shirtless, yes.
Yes.
And you're shirtless.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of your physique. Just if you find yourself in that situation, don't fuck with bears.
Don't fuck with bears. All right.
Otherwise, y'all have a good night, and go fuck yourselves.
Go fuck yourselves.